Hi, my name is Marina Sharp. I am a cosplayer. I'm 28 years old and I live in Los Angeles. Cosplay is a portmanteau of the words costume and play. So it's essentially if you ever go to like a Comic-Con and you see people dressed up, that's cosplay. It's going out, having fun. It's kind of like Halloween all year round. So a Comic-Con, think like San Diego Comic-Con. It's a big celebration of just pop culture. Basically, it can cover any sort of pop culture phenomenon that people get really excited about and they want to celebrate with others. It's basically just a large convention held in a convention center. People will get together, they'll host panels, and it's a really great time. So I started cosplaying right after I graduated high school, like the same weekend I graduated actually. I had some friends, we were hoping to go to San Diego Comic-Con. We found out the hard way it's actually very difficult to get tickets to that. We were living in Phoenix at the time, so a couple of us got some tickets for Phoenix Comic-Con and went and had a great time. My very first cosplay was Oswin Oswald from Doctor Who. People were like really excited and I was like, oh wow, like I get to, celebrate this character that I love with people who also love her, and kind of got the bug and I've been hooked ever since. When I first got into cosplay, I feel like it was kind of all in. I went for one day, my very first Comic-Con, Phoenix Comic-Con 2013, and then by Phoenix Comic-Con 2014, the next year, I did 4 different cosplays, one for every day of the con, and I was on 5 different panels. It was pretty much all in for me from the get-go. The thing that makes me decide to cosplay a certain character can vary all over the place. Sometimes it's, I'm watching a show or a movie or an anime or what have you, and I really connect with the character on like a personal level. That's the reason I cosplay probably most of the characters that I do. But sometimes a character just has like a really cool or interesting design and I think like, wow, like I want to dress up like that. The thing that I enjoy most about cosplaying is that there's a really social element to it. When you go out to these Comic-Cons and you interact with other cosplayers, you're there to celebrate something that you all love. So even if you see someone who's like dressed as the same character as you, like instead of it being competitive, it's more so like, hey look, a new friend. I feel like I've made so many wonderful friendships through cosplay and I even met my husband through a mutual friend that I met through cosplay. There's a community that surrounds it. So much of the time is so welcoming and encouraging to people who are just getting into it, and it just kind of keeps you hooked. With cosplay, I feel like you'd run into a lot of the same downsides as you would with any other creative industry. Sometimes there's going to be people with really big egos about dressing up like fictional characters, which is always fun. As with any community, a lot of it comes down to just being able to communicate with each other and hold each other accountable and hold yourself accountable. I feel like as far as a deeper meaning in cosplay goes, I'm not sure that there is one for me personally other than just it's fun. It's nice to share a love of these characters with like-minded people and to make new friends through, being enthusiastic about the same sort of things, looking out for each other and having fun with each other, like in any other thing in life. If there's a deeper meaning, it's just connection. I'm a cosplayer who is approaching her 30s, and sometimes that can feel, I don't know, a little awkward in a way. A lot of people will get into this idea of like, oh, cosplay, like that's kid stuff, like you'll grow out of that. And I don't think that there's a time limit to doing things that you enjoy. I don't think that there's a time limit to having fun. If I could go back and tell my 18-year-old self like, hey, you're still gonna be cosplaying 10 years from now, I think she would be thrilled, that like I'm in a place with myself where I'm comfortable enough to just have fun and express my love for things and make new friends through that expression. Anytime someone asks me what my favorite character to cosplay is, I feel like I have to choose a favorite child or something. Like, it's hard to pick. It's hard to choose, because each of these characters has, some impact on me, has some meaning to me. And so it's hard to just say like, oh, well, this is my number one. My advice for someone who wants to get into cosplay is even just thinking about trying it is to just go for it. And I know that sounds silly, but the more you get in your head about, like, oh, would I look good as this character? Like, is anyone gonna like this character? The more you're gonna talk yourself out of it. And if you're talking yourself out of it, you're not having fun. Because at the heart of cosplay, it's about sharing your love for something. And, you know, if you love this character, if you love the series that they're from, like, that's gonna shine through. That's gonna show when you bring that character to life. I think the most important thing to remember about cosplay is that it's about community, it's about love, and above all, it's about having fun. If you ever get into it, remember that and you can't go wrong.